Hello Neowin, it's Tim Shisa here, and what I have for you today is a short video overview of the HTC Titan. This is the gigantic new Windows phone from HTC. It comes with a whopping 4.7-inch display diagonally, as you can see, which dominates the entire front panel of the device. It also comes with a 1.5 GHz Qualcomm single-core processor on the inside with 512 megabytes of RAM, and the Adreno 205 GPU. On the rear, as you can see there is an 8-megapixel camera with dual LED flash, and on the front, up there, is a front-facing camera. Of course, as you saw before, this is running Windows Phone 7, and it's actually running Mango straight out of the box, so there's no need for updating or anything to the latest version. It comes with the latest version. The phone itself, of course, as you can see here, is black. It comes with sort of a metallic plastic back. I'm not really sure whether it's metal or plastic, but yeah, it's not the same unibody that we saw in the HTC Radar before, and it's not white either. There's some soft touch plastic at the bottom here, and also a tiny bit at the top. And actually, the entire back panel of the device comes off. It's quite awkward to get out. There we go. As you can see, the entire back panel comes out and reveals the removable battery and my SIM card. There's no microSD expansion port on this device, but you do get 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, so that should be plenty for most people. We just slip the device back into its case. Now, as I mentioned before, the device has a massive 4.7-inch display. Now, that's 480 by 800, so you don't get a fantastic HD resolution or anything like the Galaxy Nexus, but the display is still absolutely gorgeous. As you scroll through, it's just gigantic. In my hand, the phone feels massive, and really, coming to my Galaxy S, which I'll show you right here. Here's my Galaxy S. Here's the 4-inch screen on it. Now, I thought that this 4-inch screen was big, but no. There's the Titan here, and it has just blown me out of the water with how big it is. In fact, the first time I got it out of the box, I was surprised by just how big the device is. That said, the device is still comfortable to hold in the hand, and it fits in all the pockets on my pants perfectly fine. So it isn't that big, and HTC has done a great job of making it slim, light, and very easy to hold. The only complaint I have is that the power button on the top, as you can see here, is quite far away. It's sort of like you're scrolling up and down here, you're going to apps, you're going to Internet Explorer and stuff like that, and then you come back and you want to turn it off, and you have to switch your hand right up to the top of the device, and it's somewhat inconvenient, but you get a 4.7-inch screen, so that's kind of a massive benefit. Now, I really like the design of this phone. Again, HTC has done a great job of creating a fantastically designed phone. The metal back feels great. It doesn't attract fingerprints very well, which is obviously a good thing. The camera's in the center. The entire back panel comes off, which is really convenient. You get your port on the top there for the audio, and on the side there's your micro USB port. Yep. Capacitive buttons along the bottom, and it just feels dominated by the massive display. I really can't emphasize how massive this device is until you really hold it. In fact, here's a credit card shaped thing. This is my iTunes gift card here. Here's it up against the Titan. Now this, if you look at our HTC Radar overview, you'll see that this fits entirely into the screen. This is a 3.8-inch screen size. As you can see, the display here completely surrounds it. There's not much to say about the software on the device. Obviously, this is Mango, so you get all the standard features that you get from Mango, such as, the Metro Design UI. You also get a couple of HTC apps. One of them here is the HTC Hub. And this shows you the weather and time from your location as well as many others. You can scroll left to right to find stock and news and featured apps from HTC. It's somewhat a useful app. It's good to have the live tile on the home screen that's showing you your weather. But apart from that, the HTC apps are pretty ordinary. You get HTC Watch, that doesn't work here in Australia. Photo Enhancer is a basic photo enhancer. You get locations, connected media, pretty self-explanatory, and notes. Now, there's no real way to emphasize just how fast this phone is. It's blazing with its 1.5 gigahertz single-core processor. I know it's not dual-core, it's not anything Android standard, but for Windows Phone, a single-core processor of this speed means that opening apps is just instant. The first time I used the HTC Hub back on the Windows Phone HTC 7 Mozart, it was slow and laggy, but as you can see here, it's loaded instantly, and swiping between panels is fast, and with pretty much no lag. In fact, opening anything pretty much has no lag. We'll just go to Neowin here. Speaking of the keyboard, as you can see I'm typing, it is extremely easy to type because of how big the screen is. Hopefully my 3G connection is fast enough here to load this quickly. Of course, my network speed is not actually affecting the performance of the device. Australia is not known for great internet speeds. Here we go, here's the Neowin homepage. As you can see here, don't think you can see the text, but oh well. Now zooming in and panning, it's just instant, like bam, there it is, bam. You can scroll up and down, absolutely no problems. It's smooth, it's fluid, it's just fantastic to use. And of course, it dominates all the other phones in WP Bench, which is the Windows Phone benching application. The cameras on the device are pretty good. HTC is constantly trying to improve the cameras that they have on the device, and this is no exception. It takes very good low-light photos, and generally the performance is very good, actually. Moving around in low light, it seems to re-render very quickly. You get a front-facing camera, which is great for video calling and that. Of course, that's new to Windows Phone Mango. Music playback is pretty much exactly the same as previous devices. You can hear a bit of the rear speaker. It's not very good, but through headphones it's fantastic. And I mentioned for our HTC Radar review that the SRS enhancement was terrible, but picking up the HTC Titan to use with SRS, it sounded great, and I was honestly extremely surprised about that. I thought it was going to be bad, but it turned out to be pretty good. Of course, you can alter that if you want in the sound enhancer. You can still turn it off. It's not on by default, thankfully. So if you're worried about that, then there is an option. Overall, I'm really impressed with the HTC Titan. It is pretty much the best Windows phone you can buy right now. The 4.7-inch display is absolutely gorgeous to use. It's massive. Reading text is a breeze. It's just a fantastic screen. And honestly, the specifications on the inside support it. You get 16 gig of memory rather than 8 gig like we saw on the Radar. And that was a bit disappointing, but 16 gig here is plenty for your storage needs. It's fast, the camera's good, the sound quality is good. The only gripe I have is that power button. It would feel much better on the side here, where the volume is, but not to worry, that is not exactly a big deal. Yeah, there's not much else to say about the HTC Titan. It is simply a top-notch HTC design, a top-notch HTC phone, and essentially the best Windows phone available on the market right now. Of course, the downside to that is that it's somewhat expensive, coming in at over 700 Australian dollars right now. That's, of course, unlocked, not on a contract. And we believe that this is coming to the US at some point. I'm not sure what carrier that's going to be on. I don't exactly remember. But I'm sure that will head to the States very shortly. Again, I go over a lot more of the features of the phone in detail in the written review, so I highly recommend that you check that out on Neowin.net. Also, you can ask me any specific questions about the device on my Twitter feed at ScorpusV. Please follow Neowin feed as well, at Neowin feed, of course, for all the latest updates in the tech world. We're doing a lot more original content these days, so hopefully you'll stick around and watch us create some great content. And also, thanks to mobbycity.com.au. They sent out this device for us today, and it has been really fun to review, and I'm somewhat sad about having to give it back because of just how good the phone is. So, if you're looking to buy a Windows phone, this is the one to buy. Thanks, Neowin, and we'll see you later.